this is Nikki. Welcome back to Nikki's Homemade Crafts YouTube channel. Welcome to part 1 of the Tips Mystery Crochet Along for April 2024. I am super duper excited to get started. I'm going to use some Brava worsted yarn. In part 1, we're going to only use white and black, but I will show it to you in pink and purple because white and black are very hard to see on camera. So just a little heads up. So I'm going to use the light pink here as the white, and I'm going to use this purple as the black, so that way you can see all the stitches. You can also pick a different yarn weight for this pattern. I mentioned it on the pattern instructions and the Mystery Crochet Along information article. And you can use also just DK yarn. Make sure you don't mix yarn weights, so you're using the same throughout, okay? So either DK, worsted, bulky, or even super bulky if you wish to do so. It will just make the entire project smaller or bigger, but any of these are fine, okay? Now you need to use a corresponding crochet hook. So if you're using worsted, I recommend a 4mm. If you're using DK, probably go down to like a 3mm. If you're going up to bulky, I would recommend probably a 5 or 5.5, and super bulky, probably a 6, 7, maybe 7.5, 8 in that range, depending on how tight you crochet. The important part is you need to make sure that your stitches are nice and tight and there's no holes in between, okay? Or no big holes, pretty much. Make sure you have a tighter tension on this project. You have access to the pattern on my website, free to view. So you will just click the link down below in the description. Then you're going to scroll down. You also have an area where it says table of content. You can expand that and then click on part 1 and it will just take you straight over there as well. So either way, that is the free to view pattern. If you prefer the ad-free version, that is currently only available on my website. If you're already a member, then go ahead and log in and grab your pattern. It's also printable over there. If you haven't joined my membership yet, go ahead and join. It's super duper fun. You have a few different options on how to join the membership. I have all the information down below, but in general, you will get access to this pattern ad-free, as well as over 400 additional patterns. You get me on a weekly basis. We also meet monthly to have fun and simply crochet together to see each other virtually. Remember what I said? This Mystery Crochet Along is all about tips. So I will make sure I emphasize as many tips as possible throughout this pattern. So watching this video through the end will help you the most. And you can totally just follow along on the written instructions, but you're here. Might as well watch till the end. So go ahead and do so. And if you haven't shared yet, go ahead and share, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Now let's get started. Make sure you also grab some kind of stitch marker. I'm going to use this one so you know exactly where the row starts and where the row finishes. Let's get started. This is how I do the magic ring. I'm going to make an X like so. I'm going to pull my yarn through, hold everything in place, and put my ring finger into the ring and make a chain of 1. Now everything stays in place and everything works perfectly the way it is right now. Okay, that means nothing is going to come undone even if I slip by accident my ring finger out. Okay, now we're going to make 4 single crochet stitches with this light pink color, which is supposed to be white, right? I'm just going to call it pink and purple right now. And we're simply going to make single crochet stitches, but the 4th one we're going to stop before we finish it. Okay, I'll show you. So here's 1, here is 2, 3, and now this is the 4th one, and the 4th one you're going to stop right here. You're not going to yarn over and pull through. You're going to stop when you have 2 loops on your hook. Now what you're going to do is you're going to hold it in place. Literally put your finger on it, your thumb and your pointy finger, hold everything in place, okay, like so, so you can let go. You're now going to grab your other color, and you have a slip knot on it, hopefully not too tight, and you're now going to put that on your hand, and you're going to go back into your loop here with your ring finger, okay, and you're going to pull that through like so. That means you have now finished your 4 stitches and we're starting with the next color. So the new color always gets changed during the last stitch of the previous color. So you see that I did the 2 loops here for the single crochet, and the last yarn over and pull through is in a new color. Okay, now I'm going to make sure everything is nice and adjusted, so I'm actually going to pull here that other color just a tad, just to make sure that stitch doesn't get too big. Now you're going to continue now crocheting your regular single crochet stitches. You have 2 more to go. However, on the second one again, you're going to stop right here, okay? Because we now need to change over to the other color. But first we need to close up our hole or our ring. So I'm going to again put my finger on it, hold everything in place, and I'm going to pull the light pink color here. Okay, that should be the short end. You should be able to pull it nice and tight. And now you're all good. You're now going to ignore the 2 short strands, pretend they're not there. We can weave them in later. So I kind of tuck them away for now so I don't have to look at them, okay? And you're now going to work with these 2 colors only, with these 2 strands, okay? So we're now transitioning back to this light pink color, okay? So that means we have still our 2 loops right here. We need to finish up that stitch, so yarn over and pull through. Now you can see that that loop here is a little bit big. We don't want that, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to take your yarn and pull it a little bit. So you now finished round 1, okay? We're going to start now transitioning into round 2. I want to quickly remind all my lefties here to do me a favor. Watch this video on your Chrome browser. Hopefully that's what you're doing. If you're doing it on your phone, you may have to do some adjustments, okay? But if you are on a Chrome browser, which I highly recommend my lefties do, go check out, literally Google it, okay? Google Video Mirror, and it's a Chrome extension. So type in on Google, Video Mirror Chrome extension. Then you're going to download it. It's a free extension. You're going to attach it. It's pretty much like an app for your browser, okay? You're going to attach it to your Chrome browsers, okay? And then all you have to do is click that button and it turns all your videos around. Okay, it's a quick tip for my lefties, so that way you can watch this video in the right way. Okay, so it's going to be visible for you as a lefty as well. Okay, now let's get into round 2. Okay, I'm just going to drop my other color here, and we're now going into the first stitch right here, and we're going to crochet 2 single crochets into it, like so. But after I have the first 2 done, I'm going to attach my stitch marker into the first one. I'm going to let it loosely hang there. Don't worry, it's not going to fall out, but it's right there, and I'm going to switch it up later. I'm going to move it up later once I hit it again. Okay, so this is the first stitch. I always add my stitch marker to the first stitch. Now you're going to continue crocheting 2 single crochets per stitch all the way around, but you're going to switch colors when you need to. Okay, that means here we're going to switch colors. So I'll show you. So we have until here, there's 1 more stitch right here where we're going to do 2 single crochets. And during the last one, you're going to stop right here. So we did 2, 2, 2, and here's also 2. But during the last stitch of those 2, you're going to stop right here. You're now going to drop that pink color, and you're going to pick up your purple. You're going to yarn over and pull through. Okay, now I'm going to adjust my pink here a little bit just to make sure my stitch is not too big. And what I'm actually going to do right now is, do you see here in the back our loop? I'm going to make sure it's a little looser. So when I pulled that purple over, it's kind of hanging like a loop right here, okay? Because I didn't weave it in at the same time. So I now just pulled it over and make sure that that loop is a little loose, okay? So what we're going to do now is we're going to crochet over it, over that loop. And we're also going to carry our light pink with us, okay? So you're going to have your stitch, you have that loop, and you have that pink that you're going to carry with you. So now we're going to make our 2 single crochet stitches right into that stitch, like so. Okay, and now we have 1 more stitch to go. Again, we're going to carry all the other ones with us. And we made 2 stitches in each. Now we're going to stop right here again because we need to do a color transition. So I'm going to take my stitch marker out. I'm going to transition over to my pink. We carried that with us, so we're all good. Okay, we're going to pull that purple here a little bit. Yarn over and pull through. We now finished round 2. Okay, we're now going into round 3. We're going to make a single crochet. And now we're going to attach our stitch marker again, so make sure we're not losing it. That's always our stitch 1 of each round. Now in the next stitch, we're going to crochet 2 single crochets in that stitch. And in the following, we're now going to crochet 1 single crochet. And the following 2 single crochets. As you probably noticed, again, I dropped that purple. Okay, we'll make loops with that. You'll see in a second. So you're going to continue the same pattern. So 1 and then 2 single crochets. 1 and then 2. And then here, right when the color transition happens, make sure that on that second stitch, you're not finishing that stitch. Okay, I'm going to hold it like this. You're going to drop, for now, your pink. You're going to pick up your purple. And you make a little loop. And you're going to pull it through, like so. Okay, make sure you have a little bit of a loop right here. Not too big, but just a little bit. You see that? It's just hanging there a little bit. And I'm going to go right into this stitch. I'll make sure that my little pink one, always pull your pink one after you did your purple. And I'm going to carry that with me. We're going to crochet over this loop, and we're going to carry our pink with us. Okay, so now we're going to do the same pattern as before. So 1 single crochet, then 2 single crochets. And all while carrying your yarn here with you. Okay, they're kind of in the back. So here's your V's. They're right behind it. They're not on top, they're behind. Okay. And again, 1, and the last one, 2. If you don't carry your loop all the way to the end, that's fine, as long as it's not just hanging there. Okay, this is where we're at. So now we again make a color transition. So we're going to pull this out, yarn over and pull through, pull your purple, and go into the next stitch and crochet 1 single crochet. Again, attach your stitch marker again. Then the next stitch, 1 single crochet, and then 2 single crochets. So you can see that we're increasing that number here. Before the increase, that number increases. So in the previous round, it was 1 single crochet and 2 single crochets. Here it's 1 single crochet and 2. Okay, so let's do that again. 1, 1, and 2. And if you look closely, here's another tip for you. You're going to see that the increases are on top of the increases. Do you see that this was an increase right here? And there's another increase. Okay, so we're increase on top of increase. So again, 1, 1, and then here's the increase. So right on top, we'll place another increase. Then one more set here with this color, 1, 1. And then here's 2, but make sure during the last one you don't finish it. You can stop right here. In between, you may have to adjust your yarn a little bit so it doesn't get tangled. Okay. So again, I'm going to carry my pink here with me, but I'm going to first make my loop with my purple. I'm going to pull it through. Make sure there's a loop. It's loosely in the back there. And then I'm going to pull my pink here a little bit to make sure my stitch doesn't get too big. And we're now going to carry the pink and that looped purple here with us. Okay, so that way it's not hanging anywhere. So again, the same pattern as before. So 1, 1, and 2. Always make sure your pink is in the back, not on top, otherwise it'll peek through. And here's 3 more stitches. So 1, 1, and 2. Again, during the last stitch, you're going to transition to the other color, which is in this case pink. Okay, transition back over to pink. Take out your stitch marker, pull your purple a little bit, And we're now going into the next round. So 1, attach our stitch marker, then 1, these are all single crochets, and 1. So we have 3 single crochets in a row. The next stitch is an increase. Now let's repeat that until we get to the color transition. 1, 1, 1, then 2. I have 2 more sets right here in this pink color. And again, during the last stitch here of that increase, you're going to transition over to that purple. So pull it through, then pull it here in the back a little bit to make sure you have a loose loop. Okay, loose loop. Then go in and make sure you carry your pink and the loop at the same time. Now here I'm pulling my pink a little bit. I want to make sure my stitch doesn't get too big. And we're going to continue with the same pattern. So 3 single crochets in a row, so 1 in each stitch, and then an increase. So with this purple, you should have 2 sets. Again, we need to now transition over to the pink. So drop your purple completely. We don't carry it with us. Pull your purple here a little bit. Drop your stitch marker for a moment. Make a single crochet in the pink and reattach your stitch marker. So let's continue. So we just finished round 5. We're now going to go into round 6. So we're now going to do 4 single crochets in a row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then an increase. And now let's repeat that 3 more times, and then it's the color transition. And I'll show you that, and then we'll finish the purple. So again, right here, and during this increase, the last stitch of the increase, you're going to not finish that single crochet. Okay, you're going to pick up your purple, pull it through, adjust to make sure that loop is loose, okay, kind of in a circle, half circle here, right, like the way your stitches are. So make sure it's loose, and then pull your pink here a little bit because you don't want that stitch to be too loose. And then again, carry your loop as well as your pink with you and continue on the pattern. So it is 1 single crochet in the next 4 stitches, and then an increase. And then you do this 1 more set here, and then we're going into the next round. Now go ahead and drop your purple, pick up your pink, pull it through, pull that purple a little bit, make 1 single crochet, reattach your stitch marker, and now we're going into round 7. You're going to crochet 5 single crochets in a row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then an increase. And now you're going to repeat that all the way around. Don't forget your color transition right here, and finish up that round the exact same way. There should be 6 repeats in total. Just 2 of those repeats are in the purple. So let's go. Let's finish this round. So at the end of this round, again, make sure you do your color transition. Okay, so during the last stitch of the previous color, you're going to switch over back to the pink. And you can see now that the technique is the same for every round. We're just having more stitches for every round. So I reattach my stitch marker. We're now going into round 8, and this is our last increasing round. So we're now going to do 1 single crochet in the next 6 stitches, and then you do an increase. And again, if you look closely, you always see that the increase is on top of the increase. So you're now going to continue that the entire round. Make sure your color transition is right here properly done. And so you have 4 sets in the pink in total and 2 sets in the purple. All right, we're now going to transition into the non-increasing rounds, okay? So rounds 9 through 30 are all non-increasing, okay? But we only have from round 9 through 13, we're going to have the purple, okay? So let's continue. I'm going to show you how to do these parts now. They're actually very straightforward, so I'm going to show you a few parts of them, okay? So you're going to see it coming along, and you will see it's actually very fun. So let's continue, okay? So let's transition into the pink again. So drop the purple and pick up the pink. So we finished our last stitch right here. We're now just going to do 1 single crochet per stitch, okay? So still make sure that you're using your stitch marker. That is very important. Otherwise, you're going to lose track, okay? Although in the beginning, it might be easy to see because it's always right here where that pink is, right? That's the first stitch. So I'm now just going to say how many stitches you're going to do per color, okay, instead of saying single crochet. They're all single crochets. So let's do this. So round 9, you're going to do 32 stitches in this pink or white, and then you're going to do 16 in this purple or black. Now the transition should happen right here, okay, in the exact same spot. So let's do that. So I'm just going to crochet 1 single crochet per stitch, and I'm going to show you where the color transition happens. So right here is the last stitch of the pink. Okay, so we're going to carry that with us. Okay, we're going to make our loop again for the purple. Pull it through. So in the beginning, it might not be a loop, so you can see how it kind of goes above, right across. We don't want that. We want it to be a little loose. So we pull it here a little bit so it's loose. Then we're going to make our first stitch. And then we're going to pull our pink to make sure our loops are nice and clean in our stitches, okay? So we're now going to carry these 2 with us, just like we have done in the past right here. And this is why there's nothing hanging here. Really nice, right? So we're going to carry them with us. So both the loop and the pink are carried. Again, 1 stitch per stitch. And the color transition here from purple to pink is at the very first stitch. So again, color transition right at that spot, the very last stitch. Make sure you pull your purple, okay, and you're dropping it. You're not carrying it with you. So the reason we're only carrying the purple is because it's a shorter distance, okay? We're carrying the pink and purple over here at the same time because of the short distance. But I could be carrying it all the way around too, but there's a higher likelihood that the darker color peeks through the lighter color, and I prefer not doing that, okay? So that is why I have done it this way. You can also not carry yarn at all here in the back because that's not going to be visible later. But I preferred having it clean so I don't have any yarn tangles or something happening. And it looks much nicer and it's easier to work with. So now let's head into round 10. Okay, so round 10, we're going to do 32 stitches in this light pink, which means that it's an additional stitch right here. So in the previous round it was 32, now we're going to do 33. Okay, we're going to do 33 stitches in light pink, and then we do the purple. And we're also going to make the color transition 1 stitch earlier. So let me show you, okay? So let me make 33 stitches in this light pink, and then I'll show you the color transition. So you can see now that the 33rd stitch goes right into that purple, okay? So on top of the purple. So I'm still going to carry my pink here with me. I'm going to pick up my purple, just like before. I make my loop, pull it through, adjust my loop to make sure it's loose, okay? Then I'll make my first stitch, I adjust my pink, and make sure I can carry both of them with me. We're now going to make 14 stitches in total with this purple. That means we're going to stop 1 stitch before the end. So right here, you can see there's one stitch left right here. We're going to do the color transition early, okay? So right here, one stitch left in purple, but we're not going to crochet it in purple. We're going to crochet it in pink. So right here, you're going to pull this through, okay? And you're going to make your pink stitch like so. Pull your purple there a little bit and then drop it down. You can start pulling this over here a little bit, okay? Now take out your stitch marker. You're now going to crochet 35 stitches in this light pink color. So that means you're going to do 2 additional stitches right here in pink. So I'm going to make my 35 stitches and I'll show you the color transition right here, and I'll show you the color transition here at the very end of this round. So by the way, this is round 11. All right, so I now did 35. Well, I finished almost the 35th one, right? You can see I did 2 additional stitches right here. So now again, we're doing the transition just like before. Pick up our purple, pull it through, adjust our loop to make sure it's loose. We're going to make 1 stitch. Again, you're carrying the loop and the pink here with you at the same time. Adjust your pink here a little bit to make sure your stitch is not too big. So all you have to do is pull, right? The pink one, not the purple. And now you're going to make 10 stitches in this purple. So that means you're stopping 2 stitches early. So like so. So you can see there's 2 purple stitches left. We're going to stop right here. Again, drop our purple. Pick up our pink. Pull it through. Make a first stitch. And then pull your purple to make sure that the stitch is nice and tight. And now you have 2 more stitches here in this pink. So that means the last 3 stitches are in pink. Take your stitch marker out. We're now transitioning into round 12. We're now going to do 36 stitches in pink, and then 8 stitches in purple and 4 stitches in pink again. So let's do that. I'll show you the color transition. So again, 36 stitches, all single crochet in pink. All right, time for the color transition. So again, you're going to carry your pink with you. You're going to pull your purple over, make a loop, pull it through, adjust your loop here a little bit, make your first stitch, pull your pink so that the pink is not too big. By the way, I did one mistake earlier. I did it on purpose. I wanted to show you what happens if you, the last stitch right here, if you don't pull that pink, this is what happens right here. That loop gets too big, okay, and it's kind of hanging there. So always make sure you pull your yarn, okay, from that previous color to make sure everything is nice and tight. Right here, I did it on purpose, okay? I wanted to show you what happens if you don't. So we're now going to make our 8 stitches in this purple while carrying our loop and our pink with us. Now, by the way, the loop may not go all the way until the end, and that's totally fine. As you carry it most of the way, that's most important. So here we go. Now the color transition happens. It's 1 stitch before, okay? Drop out purple, pull out pink through, make 1 stitch in pink, and now I'm going to pull my purple to make sure my stitch is nice and tight. We have 3 more stitches, so there is 4 stitches in total in this pink. And move your stitch marker and make 1 stitch. And in the next round, which is round 13, this is the last round of this purple, okay, you're going to crochet 37 stitches in pink, then 6 stitches in purple, and then 5 stitches in pink. So let's do that. Again, I'll show you the color transition points. All right, color transition time. So you're going to pull this through, make your loop, transition over to the purple, pull your pink, make sure you pull your pink, do your 6 stitches in total in the purple, and then transition back over to the pink. So right here, pull it through, 1 stitch, like so, pull it through. Always pull your purple in the end after you make your first stitch. And then we're going into the transition to round 14. And we're now going to cut our purple here. So I'm going to cut it about this much right here. And that's the part that you can weave in. Also, this part you can weave in. Okay. I'm going to focus on weaving in part 2. So that way this video doesn't get too long. So just let that hang there for now. Okay. So don't worry about it. You can weave it in part 2. You're now going to crochet from round 14 through 22. You're going to crochet just single crochet stitches in this pink. Okay, so round 14 through 22, 1 stitch per stitch, all in pink or white if you're using white, obviously. Okay, so I'm going to do that, and then I'll see you back here after that. All right, so once you have rounds 14 through 22 done, it's going to look like this. We're now transitioning into round 23, and I'm just going to show you round 23 because rounds 24 through 30 are very similar. You're just going to continue adding more stitches in a specific color, but it's still just 1 single crochet per stitch, okay? But I need you to have the foundation, which is round 23, first done properly, so that way the rest of them will be very easy and straightforward. So let me show you. So round 23 starts out with 15 stitches in white, or for me here, pink. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 13, 14, and 15. But remember, during the last stitch, okay, which is stitch 15, you're going to now transition into the other color. So again, I have my slip knot here. I'm going to pull it through like so. Then I'm going to pull my pink, pull, right? You can ignore this yarn here, or you can weave it in at the same time. It's up to you. We're now going to crochet 4 stitches in this purple here, which is black. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Still make sure you pull your pink here in the back. Okay, that pink needs to be nice and tight. Now I'm going to drop my purple, okay, and pick up my pink again. So during the last yarn over, you're going to do the color transition again, right? And you're going to pull your purple, you're going to drop it, and you're going to crochet in pink again, okay? So you're now going to finish up this round in pink, so all the way until your stitch marker. So let me do that, and then I'll see you back here right after. All right, you're now going to transition into the next round. So here's what you're going to do, okay? The pattern literally tells you the amount of numbers, and that's what you're going to do. So each number corresponds to 1 stitch. So round 24 is going to have 14 stitches in, my version is pink, so you have white. Then you're going to do 6 stitches in purple, and then 28 stitches, or just until the end of the round, in white again. Okay, purple is black, pink is white, you get it, right? So, and then you're going to continue on. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30 have no increases at all. You're just going to do the color transitions just like I showed you. I showed it to you here, I showed it to you here. So you can see it's very straightforward, okay? So let's do the first stitch. I'll just show you until we get to the first color transition, and then you're going to finish until round 30 on your own, because there's no increases or decreases. I really want to focus for the rest of the video on the decreasing rounds, which come right after. So I'm going to crochet here 14 stitches in pink / white. So this will be 14, right? You're going to do the color transition on the 14th stitch. You're going to move your pink over. You're going to pull your purple over, just like you've done it before, okay? And then you make your loop. Make sure you're in the back, that loop is loose. You're going to make your stitch. Pull your pink, right? Because you need to make sure your stitches are nice and tight. You're going to carry your pink and your loop here at the same time with you. And you're going to make your color transition after you finish this set in the purple here, which is 6 stitches. So you can see this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now this is the 6th one. During the 6th one, you're going to drop the purple and pick up the pink. You're going to make 1 stitch in pink and then pull your purple. okay, to make sure everything is nice and tight. And now you're just going to continue on, okay? So I'm going to finish until round 30, and then I'll see you back here right after so I can show you the last 2 rounds, which have some decreases in there. Okay, this is how it looks like so far. We're now going to do 2 rounds of decreases with this color transition. So I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. And then we're done for part 1. Okay, so pull out your stitch marker and you're going to crochet 1 single crochet in the next 6 stitches. But once you make your first one, make sure you put your stitch marker back. It's very important because this one can get confusing otherwise. Okay, so as I said, 1 single crochet in the next 6 stitches. Then you now have 2 stitches left in this color. This is where we're going to do the invisible single crochet decrease. So it is not a regular decrease. A regular decrease would be like this, right? And then yarn over, pull through. We're not going to do that because it looks too bulky and it's very obvious. That's where the decrease happens. So we're going to go through the front loops of those 2 stitches like so. Okay, now yarn over and pull through. And now you're going to do your color transition, okay? Because we're now starting with the next color. So put your pink to the side. Keep everything nice and tight here on this transition here. Pull your purple over like so. Make your loop as normal, okay? And you're going to carry your pink with you as before. And then you're going to make a single crochet in the next stitch. So you finished your invisible single crochet decrease over here, right, with a color transition at the same time. So that's pretty cool. You probably never have done that before, or have you? In that case, cool. I'm so happy for you. So now next, so you did 1 single crochet in the purple. So do you see that? We finished that pink decrease right here. We have our purple stitch. We're carrying the purple loop and the pink here with us at the same time. You're now going to crochet 5 more stitches in this purple, so there's 6 in total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You're now going to do another decrease, okay? So you can ignore the loops here in the back because we're not going to use them right away, right now. So they're not going to get carried through the decrease, but that's fine. So you're going to go through those front loops of the next 2 stitches, like so. Yarn over and pull through. And then yarn over, pull through. That's your invisible single crochet decrease. Now again, 6 stitches in this purple. And you're going to do another decrease, just like we've done before. And now we have 2 stitches left right here, okay? But we're going to actually do 3. So we're going to do 3 in purple or black. And then during the 3rd one is when we're actually going to do the color transition. So right here. So you did 3 stitches in purple after the decrease. Okay? Then pull your purple there. And we made now in total 4 stitches with this pink after the decrease. So that means we have now 2 more to go because we're doing 6 in a row before a decrease again. All right, so let me remind you again. So we did a decrease right here in the purple. Then you did 1, 2, 3 in purple and then 3 more in pink. Now we're going to do again an invisible single crochet decrease. And now let's repeat the pattern as before. So 6 single crochets, and a decrease. And now you're going to do this one more time until the end. All right, now we're going into the last round, which is very similar to the previous round. We're going to continue with decreases, but instead of now having 6 single crochets in a row, we're going to do 5, okay? So let's do that. So I'm going to do 1 single crochet. Now I'm going to attach my stitch marker again to make sure I'm not losing it. Then 1, and you're doing 5 in a row. So 1 single crochet next 5 stitches. Now you're going to do again a decrease like we've done before. Okay, so go through the front loops, yarn over and pull through, and here's the color transition. Okay, so put the pink to the side, pick up your purple, pull that over, make your loop, and go into the next stitch. And now at this point, make sure you pull your pink here a little bit. Make sure your loop here in the back is not tight or anything. It needs to be nice and loose. Loose enough that it's the exact same tension as your stitches. Okay, we're now doing 5 in total stitches in the purple. Again, you're going to do a decrease. Then again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and another decrease. And now you're going to do 4 more stitches in purple. So yes, one of them goes into the pink. So you see here was a decrease. So 1, 2, 3, and now 1 more. 4. Drop your purple. Continue with your pink. Make sure you pull the purple a little bit. So we did 4 stitches right here. So we do 1 more in pink, and now we're going to do a decrease. And now you're going to do 1 single crochet in the next 5 stitches, a decrease, and then you repeat that 1 more time until the end. So here I did 5, then decrease, and now I'm going to do it 1 more time. And now you are done with part 1. So part 1 should only take you about, depending how fast you crochet, so let's say between about 1.5 hours to 2 hours for part 1. This is how it's going to look like. So you have one side like this, the other side like this, okay? And this is now done. Part 1 is done. Any guesses yet what we're doing? So we still have part 2 to go, which is about the same amount of work. And then part 3 is super duper quick. This is the black and white version, and this is the pink purple version. So obviously it's the same pattern. I am so excited. Now go ahead and use the hashtag APR24MCAL and post it into the Facebook group called Crocheting with Nikki so we can see and celebrate your progress for part 1 of this Tips Mystery Crochet Along of April 2024. And I hope to see you back here tomorrow for part 2. The video will be a little shorter. That doesn't mean the pattern is shorter. So I'll see you back here tomorrow. So now let's start the guessing game of what we're working on. I'll see you in part 2. Now remember, I have a membership called the Crochet Club, and it has over 400 ad-free patterns with checkoff boxes and additional tutorials, VIP access to me teaching you every single week what you want to be taught. Whether it's stitches, tips, amigurumi, little patterns, or anything else, on a monthly basis, we vote on what you want to see the next month, and every week I go live and teach you exactly what you want to be taught. So come join my membership if you want to get my patterns ad-free and get a really fun community with it, as well as me teaching you exactly what you want to be taught. I'll see you in the membership. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. Be sure to like, comment, and share this video, and subscribe to my YouTube channel and turn on the bell to get a notification next time I publish a new video or go live. Now go ahead and watch the next video. I'm sure you want to. I'll see you next time. Bye.